Welcome to Improv for the Podcast. On this week's episode, we're joined by Joseph Haäg, who will tell us all about his improvisational journey. We'll play a couple games and, most importantly, learn how he improv'd his life. Let's hit it. Welcome to Improv for the Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Lee Evans, and today we are joined by the incredible stand-up comedian, photographer extraordinaire, plant daddy, Joseph Haäg. Joseph, thank you so much for coming on the episode tonight. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing wonderful. I had a wonderful nap, and plant daddy, I'm so glad you really went in depth on me.
I did.
I like it.
We'll talk about that more in a little bit, but those are just a few of your many accolades.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's one of my many medals I have.
Yes,
I guess.
absolutely. Now, you didn't wear your medals to the podcast tonight, but
oh no,
they're probably at home, in a trophy case somewhere.
Exactly, dusting away. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, you are wearing what looks like a pretty cool necklace tonight. Can you tell me about your necklace?
Ooh, this is amethyst. And my mother gave it to me.
Very nice.
Yes, she went to some crystal convention. They have conventions for that stuff. You literally, it's table set up and
Crystal Con.
It's literally Crystal Con, yeah. And yes, I came home I think I was hungover or something. It was 3 a.m. and she was out with Crystal. She's like, "You want to pick one?" And I was like, "I'm gonna pick that one." And then I went to bed.
There you go.
Yeah, so it's got a great little story about it. But I'm actually wearing two. So
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
He's dual wielding crystals right now.
Well, these are both for communication, so
appropriate.
I'm a little nervous being on the podcast today. I thought, I'm going to bring my rocks.
Okay.
See if they do anything.
I mean, we'll see.
I don't know. Do you believe in magic?
There are a lot of things that we don't understand as a species.
I like a good answer.
So I'm not gonna tear down folks who want to are into the crystal business. For me personally,
yes,
not my thing.
Not your thing.
Not my thing. I think they look really nice, though.
They look nice. Okay, I'll take that.
And you know what? Nature's got some stuff about it that we don't get. So, again, who am I to say?
That's true.
I'm not really a scientist.
I've smoked a lot of weed and held a crystal, and I went, I get it now.
Okay, so maybe I haven't done those two things at the same time.
You got to do them at the same time. I've done it at the same time. I was like, this is what everybody's talking about. I get it now.
Okay, that's a valid point.
Yeah, you have to be zooted.
Okay,
that's what the kids
my
call it
my
now.
Crystal experience is rather limited, I would say.
We'll hang out sometime, and I'll smoke you out. We'll get some pie.
Wait, pie?
Yes, of course, pie. Yeah.
Okay, I love pie. So
you love pie? I'm getting back into it.
You have my attention.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite pie?
Boysenberry.
Boysenberry. I've never had that before.
Oh,
really?
Joseph Haäg, you gotta have boysenberry pie. What's your favorite pie?
Oh my god, I always loved banana nut cream pie.
Oh, that's also.
But I'll tell you one thing.
Ooh.
Fucking Popeyes, their apple pie.
Louisiana
is
Fast.
So fucking good.
Ooh,
it's so good. And you think, it's Popeyes. It's not grandma's homemade pie, but I'm telling you, it's pretty close.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I haven't had the pie at Popeyes. Popeyes pie.
It's so good. It's cinnamony and it's gooey and just
I'm
delicious.
down for that.
We'll do it after this. I'm serious.
See what we can do. All right. So before we get too lost in the Popeyes train, oh man, I want to ask, what's your relationship with IFTP? How long have you been involved? What if you've taken classes? What teachers have you had? All that good stuff.
Oh my god!
Just a quick overview.
A little overview. Oh my god, I've been with IFTP probably since 2018.
2018.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, going back.
Yeah, and it's always been Matt. Matt's been my lover from beginning to end with Improv.
Congratulations.
Well, he's great.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I've actually taken his Wednesday class since 2018. Then there was that, little 2-year gap. But
you were in Europe, right?
I was in Europe. From 2020 to 2022 for,
Yeah, nothing else going on.
Nothing else. Now it was holiday. It was a long one.
Good.
Just wanted to find myself.
Yeah, self-care, all that.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. And Matt's always been super good to me. He's always been super good with just teaching, I've definitely, I think my favorite thing about improv is definitely learning from like different teachers, you know, and seeing like their own skills and, you know, their own ethics and stuff. And yeah, Matt's just brought always a lot to the table with, you know, keeping things new and, you know, always making sure you're kind of developing. Because sometimes that happens where you're like with a teacher for a while and then you're like, this is all I can learn from you. I must move on to, you know, the next.
Go elsewhere.
Exactly. I must expand and, you know, because I think that's what makes a seasoned improvisational actor.
Yeah.
I never say improvisational. Did I say that right? I think I...
You know, we'll go with it. Improvisational?
Improvisational.
There you go.
I got to work on that.
Yeah, you got it.
All right. I'll take it.
I think that's a good point, right? Yeah. Like for any good teacher, at some point you want your student to be able to move on, right?
Totally,
so you're like, I've taught you everything I know. Go forth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Explore that new world out there.
Yeah,
you know?
it feels like I'm a Jedi or something. Thank you, master.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. Oh my God, my last improv teacher always made Star Wars references, you know.
Wait.
I can't remember any of them, but he always did that.
It was pretty cool.
I had an improv teacher who was a big Star Wars fan, so now I'm like...
Oh my God, what was his name? What is his first name?
Like
what's the first letter of his name?
Letter D.
Mine was a P.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah.
His last name started with the P.
Mine's is an H.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, we're not.
Okay. Well, there's at least 2 fans of Star Wars out there who also do improv.
That's pretty good.
Interesting. Well,
we'll investigate.
Or it's just one person. All right. So before we get too deep into talking about improv, we got to play a little 3 things, but it's personal. So Joseph, you don't know what's coming down the pipeline.
I don't.
But
I'm scared.
Luckily, I found your Instagram, both of them. And I was able to do some digging. I did also find your Facebook page, but it was pretty locked down and a little obsolete, so there wasn't a lot to pull from there.
Yeah, I used that when I was like 12 or 14.
Yeah, you played a Dragon Veil back in like 2014.
That was my favorite.
How was that game? I didn't play that one.
Really?
But that's the one where you breed the dragons, right?
Breed different dragons.
Okay.
I got obsessed with it. Like me and my brothers all played that. I mean, I've always been like I'm not like a crazy gamer, but when I get invested in a game,
you're like, yeah.
You know, like
you go hard.
You can choose like different paths. Like you can have like a cobblestone path or a marble or gold.
Okay.
Gold's the most expensive. I swear to God, I had like 30 islands and it was all gold. Just like, and it just screamed like I have no social life.
Yeah, but your island looked nice though.
It was a nice island.
So.
Yeah. God, I haven't played that in a while.
That's all. That matters.
Good investigation. Yeah, I like that. All right.
I just saw that randomly.
Really
like of the posts that I could see, like that was just one of it. Like I was just scrolling. I was like, nice. I remember that game. And like, it's just a random one.
Oh my God!
love
Way to bring me back. Thanks, Michael.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not that old, but that brought me. That was nostalgia.
Yeah. Was that like the early 1900s, right?
1900.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. 3 things. I'm going to throw some categories at you.
Okay.
So be ready. These are about you, related to you. All right.
That's why I'm so scared.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. These are 3 things. Types of plants.
Ooh, Monstera, pothos, snake plant.
1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh, that was so fast. You said like Monstera, and then I thought you were doing an extended name for Monstera.
I just clocked them off.
Nice. Next category. Cameras.
5D Mark 1, 2, and 3.
2, 3. Oh my gosh. Different models of a Canon Mark D. Come on now. All right. Very nice. Last one. Comedians that you love.
Ooh. Oh my God. Okay. Love Louis C.K. I know it's not topical, but I love him. He's so funny. Jim Carrey.
2.
Dave Chappelle.
3. These are 3 things. All right. So that first category, why did I ask you about plants?
Because I'm a plant daddy.
Nice to meet father.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
It's, they're my friends, I guess.
All right. What are those plants you listed? Are any of those your favorite, or do you have like one plant like that you're thinking about right now and you're like, you're the plant?
Oh my God. That happens, but usually it changes. Like I focus on one, and I think right now, oh my God, that's so tough. No, I love them all equally.
Wow. A good father. A good father.
Yep.
Especially they're all listening right now.
They're all listening. Because I'm thinking
Thanks,
of each
Dad.
one.
Yeah.
They're all doing great.
Yeah.
All of them.
That's good to hear.
Yeah. It's not worth, separating any of them.
Yeah. Yeah. they're all.
I'm working on my lemon tree.
Ooh,
I have a
that's
lemon
exciting.
tree outside my room.
Yeah,
I mean, it's been there before me, but now I'm like putting attention to
you're
it.
like maintaining it.
Yeah, I'm putting all my plants
Yeah.
around it and trying to get them to like grow up the lemon tree. So it's gonna be like lemons and like have my pothos grow up it. And I have a monstera that's huge. And I just
I
wanted
do
to.
like monsteras.
Yes, those are probably my favorite plant. Did you know they fruit? Oh, I
know
said
that.
it. Oh no!
Cut that.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
What are my kids gonna think?
Gosh, good luck at home tonight.
Oh God!
When you get, they're
I'm
gonna
hear
beat you
it.
up.
Oh my God!
Wait, so monstera can actually fruit?
Yes,
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Is
either.
it good? Or?
It's supposed to be like super fruity, delicious. It's supposed to be like a watermelon and a pineapple and a mango.
Okay, that's
have
intriguing.
like a citrus, fruity, sweet baby.
Nice
But
babies.
it's like super rare and super hard for them to,
yeah,
fruit.
like the conditions have to be just right.
Yeah, exactly. But you can do it in California. It is one of the
Well, what do you
conditions.
know?
I know if you wanna. I actually saw when I was working back at Amazon. Literally, I was doing a delivery and I saw a monstera and it was fruiting. I was dropping off a package
Whoa.
and I was like, "What's stopping me from
Yeah.
just plucking one?"
Just sell it on eBay.
Oh my God, they're probably like
You make dozens of dollars.
dozens of dollars for fruit. Oh
Yeah.
my God, that's expensive.
Also shipping, it'd be like
insane.
rotting. But
Oh my God. Probably.
this month-long auction was a bad idea. That's pretty crazy. Okay, I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
Google that.
You should.
Yeah. Wait. Okay. One more question about plants, and we're moving on. So, you're waiting for life to give you lemons? Then.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. All right.
You ever had fresh lemons in the morning?
No, maybe in the evening, but
Really?
I don't know that I've ever had a fresh lemon.
Like from a tree?
I'm not sure. Actually, as a kid, yes, I had a friend. They had a local lemon tree.
Really? A local
Yeah.
one? That's
I don't know if it was theirs or just around.
and they
I-
just wanted to share it.
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome. Well, next
We
time I
got
see you,
one and
I'll bring
got
you a
some.
bag of lemons.
I'm down.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I'm serious.
I'm in lemon water. Like there's so many
It's
uses.
the best.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm into it. All right, next category, cameras. Why'd I ask you about cameras?
Because I use them sometimes.
Whoa, you've taken
Yes.
photos before?
I've what can I say? I can't lie. I've clicked a button once or twice and taken a couple of snapshots with a camera.
All right.
Yeah.
Is there like a dream camera that you have? Or are you just chilling with the Canon, mirrorless, all that good stuff?
I think one right now is I have a dream camera and then I have like a pipe dream camera.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
dream camera would be I think it's a Sony FRSX.
Of
For a
course.
dream camera, I don't know the name of it, but
Of course. Yeah.
but my friend, she showed me it. She had it, and I was just like, "That is so cool!" It shoots in 4K, and it's like a little Sony camera. It's like so
super
small,
compact,
but it
but-
like does so much now because
Ooh, yeah.
things just get smaller and better,
yeah.
which I've never heard before. But
Yeah, I know. That's the opposite
Personally.
to
Yeah,
how I
right.
view life.
exactly,
But,
me as well.
yeah.
But and it's expensive too.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
bet.
why it's a dream camera. My pipe dream camera would probably be to have like just a fucking red camera or like
yeah.
some Sony, just whatever they
Those reds are
film
like
that
what, like
hot.
$40,000?
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
$700,000 probably.
Wow.
And now it's probably like 40 something.
Yeah,
But
yeah. What if
that's insane.
you just bought like a nice little point and shoot and like colored it red? Would that fill the gap? Or
It could.
Yeah.
It could. Or
you could just tell people, yeah, I have a red
I have
camera.
a red camera. They're like, shit, really?
Yeah. And you wouldn't be lying.
I wouldn't. And then I'd pull it out, and then everyone would hate me.
You'd be like, yeah, it's 10 megapixels.
10
like,
megapixels.
it's
God.
takes memory cards.
Takes memory. Does all those camera functions.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I bought that camera. I use a 5D Mark III.
Yeah.
That's why I said, for
Yeah.
three things, one, two,
Canon,
three.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little cheater.
I'm valid. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I probably bought that when I was like 14, 15. I like wanted to like
And you're 16 now?
just turned 16
Wow.
last week.
Congratulations.
I know, yeah, it's great. I know. What am I doing? How do I stay so young? I don't know. It's 16. Fuck you, Michael. I'm not 16.
I'm messing with you. I know you're 17.
Yeah, you're great. I could be in one of your classes, right? I could be a student.
Yeah, middle school. Yeah.
Middle school. Oh. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, so like 13, 14
13,
at like the
14?
latest. Yeah.
Latest.
Yeah, because that's 8th grade. Like,
Oh, that must be great having to deal with those little.
yeah. Well,
shits.
I actually left teaching last year, so I'm out.
Oh my
now.
God! Congratulations.
Yeah, it's the kids were actually not the bad part. It's
Really?
just everything else about being a teacher that sucks.
Oh my.
Yeah, so
Wow.
that's kind of why I left. Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, now you're in a new school. It's much better. Work with adults,
That's true.
and it's fun.
That's true.
That's great.
Yeah.
Sorry, my ADHD just
All good. All
I
good.
just I'm gonna do a lot of that.
I appreciate that you remembered that about me.
Yeah,
though.
of course.
All right. So last category, comedians. Why'd I ask you about comedy? Stand up.
Because I also do that. Right?
You do. I've seen it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have seen it.
Yeah.
What have you
I've seen you
seen?
do some stand up.
What have you seen, Michael?
We did a class.
Yes.
But to be fair, I don't remember much of that, even my own stuff.
Tell me about
That was over a year ago.
Oh my God. I
And
still
then-
can't believe that was a year.
I'm trying to think.
You did a bit about being left-handed.
I did. Yeah.
And you talked about, didn't you talk about your nipples? You did a bit
I did
your
talk about
nipples.
nipple hair. Yeah.
I did a nipple bit too, and I did
It's
about
an important
the nipple
bit.
hair. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
What
a
was that?
weird thing.
What did you say?
I talked about how I feel like my puberty was delayed, like, and it's just hitting now. Like, I'm in my late 20s. I'm 29, so
And you just
yeah. And I'm like, wait a second. What? Hang on.
wait.
Yeah, I thought I was done.
So
Yeah.
that
It's just some last minute changes they snuck in there.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh
That
my
I-
God. That stuff's weird though. I didn't.
Yeah.
I never.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing. That do you get like chest hair and like it's just
Like
nipples?
barely,
That's how I am too.
barely. It's very light.
That's what weirds me out.
Yeah.
Is like
It's-
it's just a ring.
Yeah, it's like, and then there's like teeny, but it's not like
It's just
you
little
need to get
wizard
close
ears
up
that
to like
kinda-
see the detail. Yeah. So I don't
And
know.
they just kind of like, but
Yeah.
everything else is like smooth. So like when
Yeah.
they grow out, you kind of look in the mirror and you're like, oh my God.
You're like, that's okay. What's wrong with me?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Do you
And-
shave them?
It's a big reveal.
Well, what
Sometimes.
do you do? How do you get? Do you wax them? What do you?
I
rip
don't
off
want to.
your
I don't want
areola?
to do that.
Yeah, that sounds painful.
I do shave them. Yeah, sometimes.
shave 'em?
Yeah, personal beauty tip. That's just
You
it's
gotta do
personal
that as a
preference.
guy,
It's personal
though.
preference. Yeah,
I feel
I'm
like
very
a lot
careful.
Of people do. I've
Very
not
careful.
been careful.
Oh, that's risky.
I know.
You only got two, so if you lose one,
I've treated it like a slice of bread. It's
Oh,
literally, and
that's
that's the worst.
You're
right?
brave.
Nothing hurts more than that.
Yeah, well, keep us updated. on
I never thought that'd be
how
a
that
thing though.
goes.
Growing up as
Yeah,
a,
no,
as a, as
I
a
didn't-
guy, right?
I didn't realize. I remember I had a friend like when we were in high school. Like I remember we were like swimming or something, and he had nipple hair, and I was like, that sucks. Like I didn't then, and then like I got a little older, and now I do, and I was like, that's stupid.
Oh my-
It's like,
right.
there's
Feels
no function.
unnecessary.
Like this is not benefiting me.
Right. I just don't understand the why.
I don't know.
Like
either.
you have eyebrows to protect your eyes from what
and
water or something like
good
that.
aesthetics too. You know,
Aesthetics,
like,
facial
yeah.
expressions. It helps. There's a
Yeah.
reason, but I don't
Yeah, yeah.
see. I don't
No.
see the use.
It's not helpful. Like 90% of that, 99% of the time.
90, 10%.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like that. It's not that high. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you do
I'm
stand
gonna
up.
really take you off.
Okay. So nipple hair, stand up, cameras and plants.
yes.
All that said, we need to talk about how that applies to improv. So Joseph Haäg, with the umlaut. I want to talk about the first time in your life you heard about improv or were exposed to it. Not necessarily when you did it, just like it was a whisper in your ear.
Oh my God. It's very faint because I don't think I remember a time doing it. I just remember like being in it. That's how long ago it was.
Okay.
Like I think I was like 11 or 12.
Okay, so pretty young.
Yeah, and my brother he did acting when he was younger,
Okay.
and he went to acting classes
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And then I kind of like was like, come on, hang out, with,
Yeah, you're like,
try
well, that's
that.
my brother. So
Exactly right. Like I'll go where he goes, And they did improv there too, and I don't know. It wasn't like I don't think it was like a magical moment for me. It was more like I just saw it and I was like, oh, I'm gonna just do that, and then I just started doing it. But now that I'm like older, it's like magical. Like I get it now. I'm like, oh, I fucking like love it.
Yeah, like, I
just
need
love
this.
Yes, I love seeing people do it. I love also doing it. I mean, it's just like there really is nothing like it. It's the only thing where it's like the whole principle of it is to literally have nothing to work with.
Yeah.
You know, like, and then it's like go figure it out. Good luck. You also have like 2.5 seconds.
Yeah.
You know,
get up there, do it.
exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Do what?
Yeah.
You know, and it's like you have to make. It's a full act of creation from beginning to end. You know, improv.
Yeah.
And that's satisfying, I think, for the soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always think of it as like you said, that full act of creation. Like it's born, it lives, it dies, and then you do it again.
You keep manufacturing it.
And it's like both brutal and amazing in that sense. Because you're like, man, I just did something so good, and now it's over.
It's all done. Yeah.
But then when you suck,
think
too,
about it
like,
on your drive home.
Yeah. Oh, I do that.
I was so good in class. Yeah.
I
or you're like, I was awful. Everyone should.
bombed.
Yes, I'm the worst.
I hope everyone forgets.
That's the craziest thing, right? Is that you always feel like two sides of the spectrum. It's
one or the
never. I feel like you never like cruise.
Yeah.
It's either you're like,
that's very true.
I am God, or someone needs to like throw a refrigerator on my head.
I should not be allowed on a stage again.
Yes. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
It's a good point. It's a good point. Yeah. There's only two sides of the spectrum with improv.
Right? Yeah.
So you're a kid, you're vibing, you're like, yeah, improv, whatever. My brother's here. Did you do so growing up, you maybe did a little bit of improv, maybe did some acting. Were you interested in performing as a kid and growing up? Or it's just you did it because your brother was doing it?
I always liked comedy, especially at a young age. I think I was like 8, and I was like, I want to do. I just loved. I didn't think I want to do, but I just saw. What was I watching? I was watching this movie, Bruce Almighty.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and I was like 8 years
Jim
old.
Carrey.
Jim Carrey. Yes, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And he was just in one scene where he was just like, I think he was like lassoing the moon and bringing it closer, you know, to set the mood, you know, for Jennifer Aniston. And I just remember seeing that, and then he like whipped all his clothes off and he was in his underwear like super fast. And I just saw that, and I was just like I want to be that. I just want to be that, you know?
Yeah.
And I guess improv was kind of that first leading step of, ooh, this is like that, you know? And then stand-up was like, this is also like that. Okay, now I'm seeing it. But acting was kind of that first step into that, because it's all in the same bubble.
Yeah,
you know?
they're all related.
Exactly. So it was just kind of that trail, you know? And finally now I'm kind of in a place I want to be and I feel comfortable in, you know? And I'm like, oh, I can settle here and then like not feel like, you know, what am I doing with my life or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
We have those existential crises
Every day.
every day. Yeah. So, yeah. Did I answer the question?
Kind of, yeah. So it was like, as a kid, kind of acting was your first step into comedy was your inspiration as a kid, just like watching Jim Carrey and like probably some other stuff. What were some other things that like kind of got you hooked, or like, comedy, I don't know what this thing is yet, but I like it.
I just love to laugh. Anything I ever watched was always a comedy.
Yeah.
Like I never liked, you know, scary movies or maybe some action, but it was just, if I could watch a comedy, I would just watch it. And
I'm there.
Yeah, and just as a child, and it's weird, like when you're a child, like you don't think too much into things. You just kind of like feel off of it, you know?
Yeah.
So, and then like you're older and then you dissect it, you know, and you're like, oh, okay.
You can break it down.
Yeah.
Like, I feel this way because this.
Exactly. You know. Yeah. But I just always, you know, psychoanalyzed like the comedian or whoever's being funny in the movie or the joke. Like I would just always watch it and like just go like what are, like, there was like an attraction to it almost.
You're like, what are they doing? How are they doing this?
Exactly. And why do I like that so much? Yeah. You know, like I just like that feeling, like seeing it kind of go up and down and, you know, in a sketch or whatever, seeing, you know, those beats, you know, and just kind of that, it brings a good feeling, you know? And I guess I'm just trying to go off of that and continue that, you know?
Yeah. Like,
We'll say I don't know.
no, but that's a good answer because, like, I think they're just like for some people, like that clicks with them. Like even from an early age, right? You just see like, I don't know what it is they're doing, but I gotta figure it out.
Right.
I enjoy this, and then eventually, I think that turns into like figuring out how to do that yourself.
Yes. And I feel like those moments as a child are like so important because I feel like that's when you're most honest with yourself because you don't know so much other shit that comes along later, you know? Because when we get older, we bring all this new information to our way of thinking, and then we can kind of be like, oh, you can't do that because of this, or that's not practical because of that. And then, but when you're a child, none of that exists. So if you like something, that's to me as honest and validating as it'll ever be for you because, you know, you're still you're always a child. You're the same person you were, you know, 10 years ago. You just,
really?
yeah, you know,
Nice.
yeah, you did it. Yes. But yeah, you've just accumulated more information and knowledge and understanding along the
that's
way.
true.
But you're not different. You just added more. You know, you're the same car. You just got new paint.
I like that perspective.
Yeah.
That's very
Or
interesting.
more paint.
I
I
like
don't
how
know.
you're putting that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like a car with more bumper stickers. Maybe that's better. Just keep adding stickers.
'cause
And
you
some are nice and some are mean.
Yeah.
Some are religious. Some you try ripping off.
It's just, yeah.
The glue still sticks.
This is a very good metaphor. Oh my gosh.
And this is why I love improv because
yeah, no, I'm
you
like,
can thank improv.
wow, this is so wise.
Yes.
I'm a car, and there's different stickers over the course of my life. And, like when you said you rip some off, I'm like, oh my gosh. So sometimes you get hit by another car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta get a new bumper.
Yeah.
Sometimes the
you
car
don't.
gets totaled.
Oh, don't talk to me about that. That's too much. All right. That's a really interesting metaphor.
Yeah.
I'm the same as I was 10 years ago.
Or 100 years ago. I don't know how old you are, but
Close. I'm 99, so
99.
almost there.
Okay,
A
almost
few weeks
there.
away from 100.
Oh, nice. Congrats.
All right. So I'm going to go through your timeline, right? Okay, so you said you mentioned you were about 11 or 12, you think that improv started. And
Yeah.
let's
I also
say
did stand up too around that time.
you did stand up at that age?
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my God. I just felt the feeling too of like,
Okay. Yeah, hold
like
on.
that
What?
moment.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's like kind of like a badass thing for a kid to do, you know?
That was definitely a childhood.
Like,
you
what's
know.
up, guys? I'm doing some stand up tonight. What's the deal
Yep.
with SpongeBob? Am I right? Like, I mean, you probably didn't talk about that when you were
Very
that
good,
age.
yeah.
But how stand up at that age? What was that like?
Oh my God.
That's cool.
I mean, honestly, like as a child, I was super like quiet, shy. Like, I got homeschooled around 11, 12. But even in school, I still felt like I was homeschooled because I didn't talk. I had that kind of resting bitch face. I'm Armenian and German, the two most angry looking, you know, people combined.
Wow.
You know, I have that kind of, you know. Yeah, I know you're frightened.
I'm having some thoughts. Yeah.
That's my resting face, you know. And so I didn't really like hang out or like talk to people because people thought I was probably an asshole.
Yeah, they're like, what's up with this guy?
Exactly. He looks mean, you
It's
know.
behind me.
Exactly. So
I don't know.
Yeah, I just never, I don't know. I didn't talk or do anything. And then my brother, ironically, he signed up for a stand-up class. It was for youth. And my mom ended up signing me up for it. And it was my little radar of, ooh, I like doing that.
Yeah.
The funnies. And I'm going to just kind of go there. But I was never that kind of person either. Like to be all, you know, like, meh, you know. I just know how to stir people up, you know, kind of attitude.
Get some people going.
Exactly. Like I'm the life of a party. Like I was always a listener. And so doing that was just seeing like, you know, from where I was back then, you know, as a child, like just being quiet and shit, and then having to get up stage and fucking talk to people and shit. But it was like just the most like endorphin ridden experience I think I've ever had as a child, for sure. Like it just felt like, I don't know, it felt right. Just like the whole time doing it. Like I was never scared. I was never, I mean, trying to make myself sound like I'm fucking awesome, but because trust me, I'm not, suck ass. But
Stay humble. No.
exactly. Yeah. But it was just that thing. Like that thing, like just from beginning to end it was just like flow. Like it just felt
right.
Exactly. I wasn't in my way. I was just about it. I was just thinking when I was writing the material, I wasn't like, oh, are people going to like this or what? I was just so excited to be like, oh my God, we're going to write a bit. What are we going to talk about? Ooh, I'm going to say this and that. And then I would just spend hours just memorizing it. Even before the show, I would just stand outside and just keep saying it over and over and over again.
Get your material down.
Exactly. And it was just, and it was never out of fear. It was out of like just obsession, like towards it of like, oh my God, I'm going to,
this is my thing. Like,
I do this thing right now. Like, you know? And yeah, and it was amazing. That's all I can say. I mean, I really do love it.
Because I mean, you're still doing it. Like,
still doing it.
That's
I gotta
a
do
lot
more,
of experience.
Yeah.
You've been doing stand-up since you were 11.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Yeah.
But you know, I was also a child, so it's not like I was hitting clubs, 4 times a week. Like, ooh, being 12's tough when you're, at these
Joseph
smoky
Haäg
clubs.
at the Improv tonight.
Yeah,
He's on at 3 a.m. Yeah.
Oh my God, if I did, I'd probably have lung cancer at 24 just from the smoky clubs. And
All right, guys, tonight. That'd be rough. That'd be rough. But I mean, you've put in some reps though. Like going back just to, like, I'm thinking about the things I was doing at 11. A lot of those things I'm not doing now. There's a couple things, but like a lot of things I haven't kept with,
Like what?
When I was 11,
Like what was your thing? Like
Shoot.
did you have like a thing that you were like,
I mean, I did do like acting and stuff back then, and I'm still like around all of that, so I guess that's still there. But like I played flag football.
oh shit.
I haven't done that since 2008.
Do you like sports?
I mean,
Same.
but like, yeah, like I miss like the team aspect of it. It's kind of fun. Like, I had some good teams I was on. I did some stuff in high school, but yeah, I'm not like an athlete. Like, people see me, of course, and they go, "That guy's an athlete," but I'm not. I just look that way.
Yeah.
Of course. When they see me, they're like, "Damn, he's 5'5", athlete." Like, that's what people think. But I don't know.
But you like that team aspect.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why you like improv, you think?
Yeah,
Is that like
improv
a checked off box
It's a
maybe
sport,
for you?
kind of.
Oh yeah.
I've sweat
for
before
sure.
doing improv.
It's definitely teamwork. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
It's just you and them.
yeah. But
You're
like,
we gotta figure this out.
yeah.
Help.
Don't. We're carrying each other.
Yeah.
You got to support each other, right?
Exactly,
Like
yeah.
in sports, you do the same thing.
Mm-hmm. No, 100%.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not a sports guy now. I don't have a big game tomorrow. If I do, I'm in trouble.
I never liked sports.
No?
Nah. My dad signed me up for baseball.
No, I hate baseball.
Out of all the
Yeah,
sports, I hated that one the most.
I do. Dodger dog is pretty tasty, but
You can get that. You can get a hot dog anywhere,
it's true.
right? Well, also, I wasn't playing Yankee Stadium, so there was never.
Yeah, that's maybe the venue.
Yeah, it's a
what
small
did it.
little league park, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But it was. I don't miss those days.
Yeah. I think as a kid too, it's tough because I think parents, like, having not been a parent at all in my life, but just like the idea that like you probably like you want your kid to figure out what they like, but then you also sometimes maybe have to be like, hey, you're gonna do this.
Oh yeah,
Because like kids are gonna be like, no, I don't want to do that.
Right.
Like sometimes you gotta force them to try something like sports or
right.
extracurriculars.
But I feel like there's a way to do it. Like you go,
Yeah.
like if you want them to be active, you go, okay,
Yeah.
what sport do you want to do?
Yeah.
My dad was like, you're going to do baseball now. You know,
Like you're a baseball player.
you are a baseball player. Yeah. You know, and then Taekwondo. Those
I did Taekwondo.
You did it?
Yeah.
I was so bad at it.
I like
it was
Taekwondo.
horrible. Oh my God.
I felt cool.
I mean, now that I'm older, I have more appreciation towards it, but fucking I don't even know how old I was. It's all a blur.
I was in like kindergarten or first grade when I started Taekwondo. I was like, this doesn't count.
Way
Like,
too young. Yeah.
Who am I gonna fight? Like,
I could never
Just
do those
pick me
high
up and-
kicks and shit. And fucking, oh my God.
Did you ever do like break boards and stuff and spar?
No, I didn't even get close. I mean, I could barely
That's like good stuff.
No, I hated everything about it. Well, I mean, now that I'm older, sure, chopping a tree in half would be, badass.
Awesome,
yeah,
man.
right.
And
or like
useful.
a concrete.
It's like Minecraft.
Yeah, right. Just break it off. It's mine now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would have liked tennis. That would have been fun.
I've only tried
Something
it once.
light. Yeah. How was that?
I wasn't very good. Well, I had to learn how to play it. So
That's the other thing too. You gotta like also get good at it, and that takes time.
It takes a lot of practice.
Less time
Just
for all
like
this
stand
shit.
up.
Yes,
There's improv.
You gotta do all this. You gotta put the reps in for anything, and you got time for that shit.
Yeah, but like sports, I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping my NBA career is going to take off any day now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so maybe tomorrow, or I'm hoping like the Lakers will sign me.
I think it'll come sooner than you think.
Yeah, probably. My phone's on Do Not Disturb right now. Who knows what's coming through?
Who knows what call you're missing?
Yeah, it could be a coach or an owner of a team somewhere blowing me up.
Oh my god!
You never know. Life's crazy like that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Things do come out of nowhere. That's for sure.
Yeah, and I want to go on the record and say any professional sports team. Let's go with one of the four majors, just because I want to make a lot of money. One of the four major sports.
What are those four major sports?
Hockey, baseball, basketball, football.
Really?
In the U.S.
In the U.S. Okay.
Yeah, I mean globally. I mean,
isn't it like rugby or something like that?
Rugby, soccer. It's like soccer or cricket. I think would be like the two big like global sports.
Fuck is cricket?
It's like baseball, but it's a paddle instead of a bat.
Is that it?
Yeah, but I think they played in England and they played in India, and like India's got a population like 1 billion people. So,
oh my god, yeah.
Like U.S. is like 330 million. So,
isn't China like 4 billion?
I think China makes up
2 billion,
30% of the world's population.
Jesus Christ,
which is
So there like 9 billion of those?
Whatever sport's popular in China, I got to figure that out. I got a lot of sports to practice this weekend.
You got a lot.
You've opened up a new life path for me. I'm gonna become a professional something.
Oh, I'm so glad I could
athlete at 29. Because I've decided I'm in my prime. It's not true. Your prime is like early 20s.
Oh God.
For athletes, I think, not for other things.
Yeah.
You could be a prime accountant at like 60.
60. You know? Whoa. God.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, we gotta get back to you.
We'll figure
this is not the sports podcast.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna just throw them at you.
No,
you're gonna get shit done on this podcast. I'm sorry.
Little tangents are going on.
Can't help it.
That's what makes it fun. That's why the listeners are here. Okay, so you've been doing stand up for a while. So did you do stand up like from that young age, like going through middle school, high school? Did you kind of keep at it? It was something you did.
Yeah, I was definitely always able to, because as a child, like one show every couple months was like, oh my God,
that's pretty good
really
for a kid.
Stimulating. Yeah. So, I was always able to kind of just keep it just enough to where it just was always able to kind of go along. And now that I'm older and have more responsibilities now and kind of can, put more time into it and just kind of, I guess, logically think it through of what my plan is, like you've been doing this for a while. Well, what's your goal and where are you trying to,
where do you want to take it?
Exactly. And what steps do you think are necessary to get there, and start, doing those steps.
Yeah.
And, it all sounds easy coming out of your mouth, but I'll tell you that shit is fucking hard.
100%.
And then there's the pandemic, which kind of, stag things off. And
so
now I'm like actually like, I feel like now I'm finally like getting back into it. Like I'm really, because
it's go time.
Exactly. Like I had a good, from 2018, probably 2017 to 2019, 2020, whenever,
Yeah, it was a good stretch.
March was, I had a real good, I was really getting traction, like getting that consistency. It's like the gym, like when you constantly keep working out, you're like, oh my God, like I feel myself getting stronger. Okay, I'll go more,
Is that like a sports thing? I'm sorry. I don't.
It's a working out thing.
I don't know what that is.
You don't work out?
Huh?
You don't work out? You look like you work out.
I'm okay. I do I'd say I average 2 to 3 times a week.
That's plenty.
It's okay. I used to be better, but I don't know, man. Things are tough.
As long as those 2 or 3 times are good.
Yeah.
I think you're good.
I'm talking like 5 to 10 minute work. No, no more than like 30 or 40.
Yeah, 30, 40.
Yeah.
I think that's better than nothing. That's for sure.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So you were working out a lot, 2017 to 2019,
Yeah.
working out your comedy muscles. Would you say you had a comedy 6-pack during that time?
I probably had a good 4-pack.
Dang.
Yeah.
Still impressive.
I think so. A good 4.
Yeah. Comedy 4-pack. I'd go for a comedy 1-pack. So.
A 1-pack. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just like, you just started like understanding more things about it, and just it's like improv. Like when you constantly do it, the certain techniques and rules get more embedded, and then it gets easier to kind of navigate through while you're doing it.
You don't have to think about it. You're just doing and doing and doing.
Exactly. And you can kind of like play certain, tricks or games or things you've learned in that moment, to just, give a better performance, I guess. But that's just from constantly doing it over and over again, I guess.
Yeah.
I think that's what I like about stand-up and improv, because those are like, the second you stop doing them, like you just start decaying.
Yeah, it immediately becomes more difficult.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. It's like you just have to like marry yourself to them and just,
keep at it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So so how did you find IFTP in 2018? Because that's during your buff comedy phase.
My buff comedy phase. I went to a SAG-AFTRA class for Cool Beans, actually. Ooh. Yeah, it was for Cool Beans because Matt used to teach at Cool Beans.
Yeah.
Stand-up. Yeah. So that's actually how I met Matt originally.
Okay. Yeah,
was
through stand-up.
From stand-up, yeah, and Cool Beans. And so I was always doing stand-up with him and Corey for, that good stretch.
Shout out to Corey from Cool Beans Comedy.
Corey Craig. Fucking asshole. No.
I
love him. He's
I
great.
do not speak for Joseph. His words are his own.
Yes. No, I love Corey. He's great.
Hope you're doing well, Corey.
He's doing. I talk to him fairly often, I think. He's definitely been a great mentor, like long term, like stand up and just like
the business.
Is that us?
That's for me. Sorry.
Oh,
that's
should
my
I click
ride.
a button?
Oh, no. There it is. Hey, that's one. That's great timing.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you remembered. I completely forgot.
Me too.
That's perfect. And you knew which one. I was like, too good. Thank you. That's the first time those sound effects have been used on the podcast. Yes. 29 episodes it took us.
29.
I also don't really tell anyone about them either. So like,
someone's going to click it 400 times during the whole podcast.
Oh gosh, the next episode I record, they're going to be like, you know what I heard? I heard there's some buttons on here.
Some buttons I'm press.
You let Joseph press those buttons. You didn't let me press those buttons. I'm coming back on.
I'm going to press them all.
Yeah.
You should record your own like little voice.
Just me doing wop, 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 wop.
Or just some phrase, or something like.
Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah. Or
welcome to the P-cast.
P-cast. Or I'm Michael Jackson. Yo. Or something, some random. Exactly.
Why Michael Jackson?
I don't know.
So my name's Michael.
Because you got to have random buttons.
Yeah.
And then
true.
eventually someone will set it up and you're like, finally, I can use my random button.
Yeah. Yeah. It'd be like, they won't expect this.
Exactly. And they'll be like, you had a button that said that?
Oh, boy, did I.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You were waiting.
Watch out.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. All right. So you were at some sort of SAG-AFTRA class event. And you knew Matthew Moore from doing stand-up with Corey, Cool Beans, all that business. And you were like, hey, Matthew Moore, I hear you do improv. Teach me. That's, I assume, how the conversation went.
Almost identical, word for word. I mean, that's kind of spooky.
It's like I was there.
It was like you were there.
Yeah.
I think one of the students was taking an IFTP class, if I'm remembering this correctly.
Yeah.
Either I just was like, Matt's like, I'm gonna go teach improv, and I was like, what?
You're like, oh, okay.
Can I come with?
Yeah.
It was either that or it was a friend that was like, hey, I'm taking Matt's class at IFTP, and she was from Cool Beans, and she was like, yeah, I'm taking it. I was like, can I, what day are you taking it? I'd like to take it also.
Yeah.
And she was like, I take it on Wednesdays. You should come. And I was like, all right, I'll sign up. Why not? And then I took it.
Yeah.
That's give you a word from word story if I know, right?
Yeah, I can
Just
picture
got
it
you
now.
right into it.
Yeah, I can picture you sitting there in the chair.
Yeah, I mean, that's,
Yeah.
that's how we talk.
Yeah. All right. So you start taking improv.
Yeah.
And in this, I'm going to call it your comedy strength era, right? Your comedy 4-pack era. Did you notice, like, going between, you were doing stand-up, you were doing improv, right? Taking classes. Sounds like maybe you were doing some shows as well. Like, was there any crossover, like, between, like, the skills you were building?
100%.
Like, ideas you were coming up with?
100%.
Yeah. What did that look like?
100%. And that's actually why I'm doing more improv right now than I'm actually doing stand-up, because of improv works that part of your brain, that communication part, just letting those words and ideas and imagination flow, because that's kind of the whole concept of improv is like that gray spacing, right? It's like, you have to just accept and say yes to whatever is going to come up in here and kind of not, defer from that. And those are the same mechanics for stand-up. If you're doing a bit on stage and you're saying something and all of a sudden a joke that you hadn't thought of or written pops up in your head, you have two options. You're either going to go, I'm going to take a chance, I'm going to say this because this feels like a killer joke. Yeah. Or you're going to go, I didn't write that, I didn't rehearse that, I'm not going to do that. And then you don't do it, and then you do it whatever in shitty 5 minutes, and you're like, fuck, I should have said it.
Like, well, exactly. Guess we'll never know.
Exactly. Yeah. But improv like works that muscle of like, you have to just be okay with it, whatever comes up in your fucking little noggin.
Yeah, just roll with it.
Exactly. And just kind of hearing those cues too with the audience. I mean, class doesn't really have like it doesn't have an audience, but having your classmates too to kind of, for that laughter and kind of hear those beats and kind of know those moments of, when something, because I know the whole concept of improv is not to be funny, but you can also just be aware of when you are being funny in an improv scene,
It's important to take into account, I think.
Exactly. Like, it doesn't always have to be like, hey, wait until you hear what I got to say, boys, and
say.
Yeah. But it kind of helps strengthen that. It's almost like a sensitivity towards knowing that laugh, like you can kind of like just kind of feel it out, like, oh, I know something's gonna be funny here. We've set up our characters, we've set up our who, what, and where, and we're kind of like, I know this next thing is gonna be funny. You just kind of like, start knowing those cues, and you're almost like interacting with the audience in a way, even though you're not even though they don't think you're interacting with them, if that makes sense.
It's like you're pacing with the audience and kind of your relationship with them.
Yes, you're building a relationship, and you're kind of like playing with them in a way, not just the scene. You're kind of seeing how they're laughing, how they're taking it, and you're kind of going off a little bit of their timing. Yeah. And that also applies to stand-up too.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like there's so many. It's just one after another. Yeah. Like, improv is like definitely like, I see it as like the gym for the gym. Yeah.
It's like pre-workout.
Exactly. I work out here and then I can work out there, and this workout really helps this.
It's like cardio.
Yes. That's what it is. That's a good one. Yeah. It's cardio. Yeah. Yes. It's like cardio before you work out.
Hop on the treadmill.
Oh my God. Yes. That's a good one. I like
I can get into the workout.
Yes. Yes.
And life's a car. Or no, I'm a car.
Life's a car.
Life's a car, people.
Life's a car.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's an interesting point. Yeah. Because it's like I think improv can prime you to go into so many other things. Like I have a friend, he thinks of improv as like to prime you to go into acting, like to go into scene 100%. Work. Or like it was stand up too. I can see like it just gets you, like you do
it's
improv,
so versatile.
Gets you in the right mental headspace and like
100%. Even daily life.
Yeah. Oh, true.
Just learning. It, in my opinion, I think it does like help your communication skills, like just knowing how to talk to people. Because sometimes we do get too up in here,
Oh yeah.
And improv kind of helps you get out of that, and you work that muscle so many times that when you kind of, because I've always had that kind of problem of like trying to talk to people and like build that connection, not be like in your head and stuff. And I've noticed like from just doing improv, the way I communicate with people got better and stronger. And like, I was like, what the fuck, that wasn't even my intention, you know?
It's just a bonus.
It was a byproduct of doing, stand up. Kind of like how a light bulb gives off heat, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, that's not the main function, but it's fucking awesome getting that too.
Yeah,
okay.
that's true.
Yeah.
Just be like, warm those hands up.
Thank you.
Thank you, light bulb.
Yes. Oh, button time? Oh, no, it was the wrong one. I think it was this one. Wait. No, I fucked it up.
Some amazing sound effects.
It was gonna be I think it was gonna be like a clapping, like, oh yeah.
That's the first time we've ever actually heard our live studio audience. They're just behind the camera.
Just behind.
You can't see them if you're watching on YouTube.
Exactly.
They're just right back there.
Yeah.
There's how many? There's thousands out there.
so
At least,
many
right?
of them. So many. What,
Oh my
guys?
gosh.
Oh, they think we're awesome.
Stop it! You're too much.
Oh my God.
I know we usually ask you to be quiet, but
Yes. Shut up.
for just this episode,
Yes, silence.
thanks. Thanks, guys. All right, thank you for settling down. They get so riled up, you know. Oh man, but it's good to see all of them out there. You know, all those folks. Wow, so many.
Yes.
This is great audio too.
Oh my
This is
God,
gonna, this is
so
gonna
lovely.
kill on Spotify. People are gonna be like,
I'm so glad we do this live every episode.
imagine we're streaming live on Twitch. I'm not. Wow, okay. I thought of a tangent for myself. I'll think about that later. Anyway, so yeah. So you were in your comedy, your first comedy era.
Mm-hmm.
Pandemic hits. We all kind of paused for a little while. So let's maybe skip to. Well, okay. No, I'm assuming. We all kind of took a break during comedy. Was that also a break for you during the pandemic, or were you trying to go for that Zoom stuff, or working on your own? Or?
I got so mad at that Zoom stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
me too.
Yeah, I was like so frustrated because you can't do it.
Yeah,
It's
brutal.
I feel like that's the one thing I can confidently say you cannot, cannot, because the whole point
not good.
of stand-up improv is you're building a connection, and like Zoom, there is no connection.
There's an
It's a
internet
shoddy connection.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
It's a shoddy connection.
Yeah, I mean, I can barely hear people on a Zoom for a meeting, let alone
Like cuts out. It's like that.
Exactly.
It's
Right?
It's,
in improv. You have to be like ears
On it.
open, you have to be knowing like what are you saying? Like
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
So I can know what I'm doing.
yeah.
And so I was just like, I'm gonna take a break and become a stoner and just like, and then I'll just get back into it.
Yeah.
It was a little harder than
We'll
I
get through
thought.
this eventually, right?
Exactly, right?
Right?
Yeah, right. I
Then it
became
took,
a
like,
huge
2
stoner.
years.
Yeah. It was great.
I think we all picked up new things during COVID because we had a lot of time
100%.
that we didn't normally have.
Right? And and you have to be at home,
Yeah.
so it's kind of like,
We
what
didn't have a
can you
choice.
do exactly? And
I played Animal Crossing.
Bong
so
is, easy. You play Animal Crossing?
that was I picked it up during, because it came out like right after COVID started, or like right around then.
I've heard a lot
Yeah.
about it, but I've never like played the game.
Yeah, I hadn't really either. But I got in, and my girlfriend at the time, she got it. So we were both just like, Animal Crossing. Like,
Sounds awesome. What do? You just like,
it's just like, it's kind of like vibes as a game. Like you have an island, people move into your island and you like furnish things and you make it look nice. If it looks nice enough, like this cool musician named KK Slider comes to visit your island and does a concert. Yeah, and he like has records you can buy. Like he puts out like singles, and you're like, nice.
oh my God.
And he's like a dog that plays acoustic guitar, but he rocks, man.
What?
Yeah, well, because all the characters are animals except for you,
Oh, wow.
so they're all like fun, like
They have different personalities and identities. Wow.
Yeah, and there's like a whole like you can buy stuff and collect bugs and
my
seashells. And
God.
it's very wholesome, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like you can take out loans, but there's no interest. It's great.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. They have a
Yeah.
banking system.
So it's kind of like a fantasy. I mean, people call it like a fantasy for like millennials or Gen Z too, because you can own property, and you can afford it just by like selling bugs and stuff. and you can donate them to a museum.
Oh
and
my
it's
God.
cool. Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out. You can get it on the iPhone,
Nintendo Switch.
Nintendo Switch only.
There is like an iPhone version, but it's like
It's probably not.
it's like
as
Animal
good.
Crossing Lite, I think.
Mm.
But Nintendo Switch.
Wow.
Yeah. But it was some good COVID stuff.
Wow. So that's what you did for like 2 years straight. You just
Yeah, it's definitely some time was invested in
Can't
my
get
island.
enough of this Animal Crossing.
Yeah, well, and it's like if you don't pay attention to it and like you come back and play the game, like your villagers will be like, "Where have you been, man?"
Oh,
They'll,
really?
They'll like celebrate your birthday. They'll send you letters in the
Oh
mail.
my God.
It's pretty cool.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's like the birthday thing. It's kind of awesome.
Wow, it's-
And then there's like a whole like stock market, but it's just turnips. It's turnips though. So you like invest in turnips, and then you can make money if you're like, oh, turnips are selling at a super high rate
Oh my
today.
God.
It's insane.
How much time do they spend developing?
Nintendo, they're geniuses,
Jesus.
geniuses. And
my God.
there was like, you know, like Elijah Wood.
Mm-hmm.
He'd go on Twitter and be like, "Hey, yo, who's got good turnip prices right now?" And he would like just join random people's games and like to sell his turnips.
Oh my God.
And you're like, Frodo's in my game, like, because you can visit other people's islands, and like, it's like you hop on a plane and you go visit. And
Oh my God.
it's really good.
That is
like,
lovely.
It's dangerous.
Sounds
But it's good.
dangerous.
Yeah.
I wish I had a Nintendo.
It's very wholesome.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get us back on track because I can talk about Animal Crossing. We all picked up new things during the pandemic. Okay, so pandemic lightens up, things get a little better.
Yeah.
What's it look like? Your re-entry into comedy. What do you do? How do you get back in the game? Back in the gym?
How do I get back?
Steroids? Hopefully not.
Steroids? Little substances.
Whoa. Human growth hormone.
Oh, yes. Take my ginkgo biloba.
I don't even know what that is.
Watch out. Honestly, getting back into it has definitely been the hardest part for sure. Because, you know, my whole life, like I always kind of kept it just enough to where I was able to string it along.
Yeah.
But like those 2 years, like was just, you know, stone cold, like nothing. And,
Yeah.
you know, I ended up realizing I took on a lot of bad habits, you know, just as a person, like just, you know, as you age, you know, you learn good things, but you also like learn, you know, bad things too.
Yeah, sure.
You know, not like maniacal bad things, but it's just like certain beliefs that don't help you as a person,
Yeah.
you know, and then you apply those beliefs back into your work and you're like, oh no, now it's different because like I'm different now. And that's been the weirdest thing is just kind of that self-involvement in it of like shit, like you've kind of always grown up with it and then like you're back into it and you're like 2 years of a different person, you know,
Yeah.
for you know, at the time, whatever, 19 years old, that's pretty quick.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you can take on a lot of stuff. And that's kind of the biggest thing is figuring out my relationship now with stand-up and improv, you know, because I am different and kind of learning. I mean, I'm, you know, getting into classes, getting back into shows, but I'm also, the big thing is just learning, like, how am I approaching this now?
Yeah.
There's certain things that I thought as a child, like, oh, you don't have to worry about that, you know, with in terms of, you know, having those, you know, those insecure thoughts or,
Yeah.
you know, when we get in our own way is what it usually is most of the time. That wasn't really an issue when I was younger because when you're a child, you're not really in your own way. You're just fucking, you don't give a shit. You're like, I'm going towards it. Let's do it, you know? Exactly. And just seeing that difference of like, oh shit, like I have to now take a different approach to this. So it's a lot of like self-belief, self-improvement changes that are kind of what I've been really working on these past, you know, what is it, a year? It's 2023. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good year. So yeah, and it'd be nice to go up more for sure.
Sure.
I think that's definitely, you know, keep that progression, you know, I had a long ass year.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
You know, work and all that other stuff that we talked about earlier.
Everything else. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That's taken a lot of time. Holy moly.
Yeah.
But yeah, self-improvement stuff, self-development, just figuring out my long-term game with it, because I really believe like with stand-up and improv, at least for myself, like the goal is getting that long-term approach with it, because when I'm thinking of stuff on how to develop better and just building those, it's internal belief, and just making sure I'm developing really good ones right now for the long run.
Yeah, it's like your foundation.
Exactly, because I'm so, supple and I can absorb it,
Whoa.
I don't know if that's,
Supple young man.
Yes. So that's kind of been the big one, because what is it? Or isn't your brain like the most neuroplastic until you're like 25 or something?
Yeah, I believe so. That's when it like finishes developing.
Exactly.
So I'm in trouble, but
you are in trouble, my friend.
You're okay.
4 years left. That's why I'm like brain good shit.
Gucci, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. 2 years. I did a lot of, damage.
You come back around, but that plasticity, right? It's going snap back.
Exactly.
Supple.
Yeah, so you're good. Yeah, you're supple. Malleable, that's the one.
Malleable, yes.
Just like clay-like.
Supple.
Malleable and supple young man. Yes. All right. Yikes. Okay. Gotta watch myself now.
It's a new character.
Yeah, true.
On stage.
Yeah. I'll think about that.
I'd see it.
Yeah, sure. I'll workshop it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to ask, if you feel comfortable sharing, is there like maybe one belief that like you feel like you've been able to overcome or are still working on right now? If you feel comfortable.
Sure. Let me think.
Just like your deepest, darkest one. Like your inner demons. Yeah. Just like spill it all out there.
I think the big one I've been working on, and it has nothing to do with form, which is the ironic part, is the realization and the practice of how I'm feeling while I'm doing this is so much more important, so far more important than anything else that's going on. Because if I'm not feeling good while I'm doing it, nothing else good is going to come out of that. Like there's not going to be, and I don't mean that in terms of like form. I mean that in terms of the feeling. Like if it's like when you hang out with friends and it's like, if one of your friends is having a bad time and you can kind of tell he's not feeling good, well, the hangout doesn't get better.
Yeah.
It kind of actually gets a little worse.
It like spreads to everybody.
Exactly. And then you all kind of start to feel a little meh. And you might not talk as fun with each other. You might not, do crazy things that you do as friends that you would normally do if everybody was in a good mood. And the situation, the environment kind of changes, and kind of realizing that with improv and stand-up, that how I'm feeling while I'm doing this is going to impact and influence how the scene goes, how I perform while doing it, and how that quality is, So if I'm going into it thinking, oh God, what am I going to say? Oh, you're doing shitty, man, and blah, blah, this, and why did you say that, and now I'm just bringing myself lower and lower and lower, and
yourself up.
Exactly. And whatever else is going to come out is not going to be any better. And it's because of how I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling in a low vibration and I need to change that. And the second that emotion is elevated and I'm only seeing it as, optimism and, love towards it and just excitement to be doing it, all of a sudden things just get smoother. It's easier to create a scene. It's easier to talk. The jokes are funnier. Like we're having a better time. People are laughing more. You start to notice your environment kind of gets better because it's what you're putting out there, And that's the biggest thing because it's a hit or a miss. You have good days, you have bad days, but it seems to always, for me right now, stem back to that of, your heart wasn't, completely open that whole time. You kind of closed it off. You got scared, And then you started, deflecting, and, it's very philosophical, whatever emotional
Yeah.
stuff, that I apply to improv and stand up. But that's what one of my big beliefs are right now for it.
Yeah.
So
That definitely
I don't know.
makes
What do you
sense.
think?
No.
Is that horse shit what I'm saying?
No, I totally agree. I mean, because if you think you're gonna be bad, like
You're gonna
probably will be.
I swear to God, 90% of the time, it's always been because of that.
Because it's like it starts with like, do you believe in yourself? Yes or no, and then
100%.
it goes from there. That's gonna
Exactly.
spill into the rest of your performance.
Or are you going good and and then something happens and then it just knocks you down and then you get stuck there.
Yeah, you're like,
You-
oh wait,
you don't
actually I
rebound.
suck. Like,
Exactly. Oh, thank you for letting me know how sucky I was. Pew.
Yeah.
But you kind of have to go, okay, yeah, I sucked for 2 seconds, and then you gotta go, and now
but
we
I'm
can
still
just
me. Like I'm okay.
exactly.
Like,
we can
I
go
got
back
this.
to this.
Yeah.
Exactly. I used to have that in classes sometimes
Yeah.
where I did so good in the beginning for just my standards in terms of just having that openness and
Yeah.
that excitement, and then by the time we got to clap-ins, I was like, I'm done.
Like, nope.
Didn't clap in at all. I was like, I'm ready to go home. But I had
Hands up.
keep realizing that of like, well, what are you doing now? Now
Yeah.
you're not playing. Now
Yeah.
you're not even, you're not in class anymore.
Yeah.
You're not with anyone right now. You're just you're internally like you're out, and now you're not learning, you're not getting better at it. So then why are you doing it?
Yeah. You're just hurting yourself.
Exactly. And that's fucking the hard one to work out.
Yeah.
For sure.
I agree.
Is to keep that openness.
Yeah.
I had a dream about that too a while ago. It was really weird. Like I was it was like some fucking like Goonies setup where there's these stones.
You guys. Like that or
Yes, we were like finding some treasure thing, and we had to go through these like stones, and you had to like hop on a specific stone, or else the other one would fall and you die. And I don't know who I was with. Yeah, but
did anyone die?
well, I fucking stepped on all of them like completely wrong, but whoever I was with was just going, yes, you're doing great, just keep going.
Wow, that's so nice.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
and I was just like,
encouraging.
okay. And then I tried the next step, fucked it up, and she was like, you'll get it, it's fine.
Like falling to your death.
Exactly.
You got this.
You got this. And then I had like 2 other scenarios, different situations where I was doing something and I was just fucking it up. And there was this lady there the whole time through all 3. And she was just like, you're doing great. It's fine. And I think the metaphor I got out of that dream was, yeah, it is fine. You know, like, and I apply that to improv of, when you're fucking up and you're just doing it wrong and it's not right, and you just got to be that person who's like, it's okay. You're just keep going. It's fine, because it always is.
Yeah.
So that's what I got from a dream, I guess.
Hey, take it.
Yeah, right. Most of my dreams are dog shit. So that was one that I was like, okay,
Diamond in the rough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I was like, that's a pretty good one. I'll
Thank
take
you,
that.
dreams. Finally, something useful.
something like some metaphor I can work off of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Waste of time.
Exactly.
Waste of time. All right, I got a couple more questions for you. Then we're gonna do some improv.
Oh, I'm so excited.
All right. So, what do you think? And I think you've kind of already answered this, so maybe this is a recap, but I'm going to ask you anyway. So, thus far in your life, what do you think has been the impact of improv?
Just existentially or what? Like just in total? Like just
In
what's
total,
the improv?
existentially, in your work?
I think improv has definitely, it's opened me up as a person for sure. I'm like my father in that. He's pretty like closed off and, contained. And it's kind of just allowed me to be open in a safe environment.
Yeah.
And safe environment doesn't mean physical danger. It's more emotional or mental danger of like, being open and being yourself that sometimes, upsets other people. When you're growing up, your parents want you to be a certain way,
Yeah.
or you get kind of set up in this stigma from the people and friends around you. And then you're like, oh, now I kind of have to be this person.
Yeah.
Because this is who they see me as now. And if I start changing, they're like, whoa, what are you doing? You know, that's not how I know you.
Yeah.
And, you know, it kind of just allows you to kind of just, you know, be open and like kind of just develop that. For me, like improv has allowed me to just like open up and not have to have that concern of like, shit, what is somebody going to think about this, you know, with just my personality. Because I'm young, I'm developing, I'm taking on new things, I'm trying to figure out who this is and, you know, how I'm making it out and, you know, and to be in an environment that kind of encourages that, you know, is super.
It's helpful.
It's super helpful. It's. I don't do therapy. I don't need to. I got this. I swear to
This
God.
guy doesn't need therapy.
I
Must be nice.
No, I definitely need therapy, but like I just improv is like that's
Yeah, it's filling that role.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. I'm, you know, I don't need a doctor to tell me I'm fucked up. I have my parents for that. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that's all a therapist is gonna do is be like,
Yeah.
yes, you are.
I don't know if you know this,
You know.
but in my professional opinion,
Yes, exactly. You know, I just, you know, I just need expression. That's kind of my thing in life is just
you need the avenue for that.
exactly to just like let it out, and then I like for the rest of the week I'm like, whew, I'm all good.
I'm good to go.
It's like my cigar. Like that's what improv is.
Smoking a nice improv tonight.
Exactly. Yeah. I swear to God, there's no class tomorrow because it's the 5th week of April.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and
this March is
yeah,
long
it's
month.
5 weeks for
Yeah.
Wednesday, and I was so like, I was like driving here, and I was like, oh, fuck.
What's
Like
the point?
exactly. I'm like, why am I
Yeah.
doing this?
You gotta wait another week.
Yeah, right? It's gonna be a long wait,
Yeah.
but you know, I'll be excited.
What can you do?
Yeah. Was that a good answer?
That was a great answer.
Okay, I
was a great
I don't know if
answer,
I'm missing or hidden
No,
or
you're-
strailing
Here's
you
the
off.
mark. You're hitting it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Slapping it. Just beating
Thank
up the mark.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just
All right.
wanted to make sure.
My final question for you.
Okay.
So you talked about right coming out of COVID, like getting back into things and setting yourself up for the long term.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at 2023, right? Because we're in March. I mean, it's about to be April, but whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
Do you have any specific comedy goals for 2023? Something like, hey, by the end of this year, I want to hit this, or I want to have done this, or tried this, or
Yeah.
improv, stand up, whatever,
100%.
anything. Cooking, I don't know.
Cooking.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I fuck up soup. I'm like the
Yeah, that's
worst. I
tough.
can't cook for shit.
How's your cereal?
Oh my, it's soggy. I pour it and then I do something else and I come back and I was like, why
no.
did you do that?
No.
Pour cereal when you're about to eat it. I don't know.
Can you make a good ice water?
It's killer, Chris.
Okay,
That is
okay.
one
Hey,
thing
start
I can
that.
do.
That's the simplest recipe.
You're right. Good ice water.
Yeah.
Love that. But yeah, goals for end of 2023. I do have some goals. I think one is definitely to make sure I'm doing improv once or twice a week.
Yeah. Keeping it.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep doing that cardio.
Keep doing that cardio, exactly. And I want to take on like other teachers too, you know, like
Yeah.
I want to, if I like how I see it is like if I could do IFTP once a week, then maybe I could do like groundlings once a week and just
Yeah.
ping pong from
Try like the LA flavors.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
And Matt did groundlings for like,
Yeah.
oh my God,
Long
what,
time.
30 years or something like.
I have a choice I can make here. and I'm not sure what choice to make. I think it was 40. Matt, I'm so sorry. I love you, Matt.
We love you, Matt.
Yeah.
He's been working out. He's looking great.
I know. Matt's in good shape.
Yeah, he's at his best. He's
Yeah.
doing awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, what is it? 50
Yeah, I know.
years in groundlings
Did do
is a long
groundlings.
time.
Yeah. I think
yeah.
it's important to get like, I mean, it all goes back to the Avengers. Like, you got to be like Thanos. You know, he doesn't get one stone. Thanos gets all the
He
stones.
gets all of them.
And,
Exactly.
like, in all things in life, you know, it's important to be well rounded and get perspective.
100%. And improv's a big one because there's so much, like so many perspectives and ethics and games and
Yeah.
like the amount of times I've played like 182 whatevers, you know, but just so many different versions of it.
No, I'm kidding.
Like, like it's insane. Like just seeing those different, you know, versions of it, and just it does season you in a new way.
Expanding improv horizons.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So doing that, and then maybe doing stand up like consistently, like, you know, two times a week, I think would be a good goal.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Right? Just two, like, but consistently. That's the thing, is like every week you went up at least 2 times.
Yeah.
I want to say 3, but listen, I know myself. I ain't gonna
start with 2, build from there.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. You know,
once you get 2 down, get that like a month, 2 months in a row, and it's like, okay, can I do more?
Then I could build off of that. But it would just be nice to just have that, you know, because I got all that other shit you got to figure out, you know, job and fucking.
I don't know what that is.
Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah, the rest of life, unfortunately.
The rest of life, all that stuff. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm over it.
I think those are some good goals.
Yeah, so.
All right.
What are you doing for this year?
What are your goals? I'm going to do the podcast.
That's your goal?
Would love to hit a year on that.
Nice.
Still got wait about 6 months, a little less than 6, like 5 months to go.
Oh, shit.
We'll hit a
You're
year.
halfway there.
That's not that bad.
That'll go by quick.
Well, yeah. I want to get there.
Just need 30 more guests.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
Yikes. I only have 1 more booking after this. So, yeah, I'm like, I got to email some more folks. Do the podcast. I think I just want to seek more performance opportunities. And then I've been trying to post like little dumb sketches on like Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff. So I've done a couple.
Are you trying to get into like producing content or like?
Yeah,
writing?
I've done it on and off for years, and it's consistency, right? That's what it's all about.
That's all.
So,
yeah,
like,
100%.
I'm trying to hit like, my goal is just gonna be like 1 a week, and like I'm talking like you know, minute maximum videos, like
of course,
just like making dumb stuff around the house, and I like editing. I enjoy the process.
Nice.
Being creative. Like I just figured out like like on the iPhone, like, you know, the cinematic mode.
Yeah.
Like I've never used it, and I just used it the other day, like with the shift focus. You know?
Oh my God,
like, I was
yeah,
like,
it's so nice.
I've known this exists. I've just never used it.
Right.
I'm like, okay, well, play with that.
Good.
Yeah. There's a lot
iPhone cameras. You can do a lot of shit.
We're being filmed on iPhone right now. Shout out Tim Apple for making all these iPhones.
Thanks, Tim. I like your case too on it.
Yeah, it's just the same color as the phone.
It's
I'm not brave enough to go caseless, but.
Yeah. Oh my God, how could you?
So I got some coworkers.
They're expensive.
They're crazy. Yeah.
It's like $1,000 for an iPhone.
Yeah, I'm like, you're just living, willing to risk $1,000 at any given moment. You're a fool.
You're a fool. 100%.
Yeah. I'm like, I know how much we make. It's not that good. All right. You ready to get into some improv?
I would love to.
All right. We got 3 games we're going to be playing tonight.
I'm excited.
You might have played these games. You might not have, because I usually find an existing game and change it a little bit.
Oh my God. Okay.
All right. So this first one I got from a friend. This game is called Acromaniacs.
Acromaniacs?
In this game, we're going to be, it's a bit of a back and forth. We're just going to be, I'll give you an example. Like, we're going to be giving each other acronyms, and the other person just has to define what that acronym is. You may have done this as a warm-up, but I'll just let us go back and forth for a little bit and black us out when I think we're good.
All right.
But like, as an example, you know, it would be like, hey, did you watch a BDG last night?
Big Dick Goats.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yes, the new episode dropped. and then you just give me one. We'll just we're like ping ponging back and forth.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, and then I'll black us out. So
right.
I'll start.
Lovely.
All right.
Sorry, I started with Big Dick Goats. I'm so scared for the rest.
And we're only gonna go up from there. Yeah,
I hope so.
Let's see what else we can learn about those goats. Yeah, that's just one quality.
That's one. Yeah.
So here we go. Oh my goodness! I just tried CDW. Amazing.
Oh my God. CDW. I love CDW. Carol does water. She just, the way she drinks it.
Slurp, slurp.
Oh my
right?
God. A whole gallon in under 30 minutes. I mean, yep. You know, that makes me think of, you know, I don't know if you've watched TWE. Yeah, it just came out last week.
Time Warner Elephants. Oh my gosh. When I discovered that a cable company decided to invest in circus animals, I was like,
Right?
I'm hooked.
Right?
I'm hooked. Time Warner
100
elephants.
That's what I think. That's what they needed.
Yeah.
That's what they were missing was elephants. Because when I think of cable, I think of elephants.
Me too.
And now they just married the two,
It's
which
just like-
kind of makes sense, you know.
I'm finally. someone thought of that.
100%. Yeah, no, totally. You know, actually, the other day I went to WLM.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Have you been?
You know, I haven't tried my first Wednesday Loves Monday event. And of course, I'm referring to Wednesday from Wednesday Addams.
Super topical right now.
Yeah, yeah.
You saw it. You saw the full thing, right?
Of course.
That was good, yeah.
Yeah, and I never realized she loves Mondays.
She loves them, which is ironic because her name's Wednesday.
Because her name's
I know,
Wednesday.
isn't that crazy?
Yeah, just, hey, random thought, but
Yeah.
you know what I've been thinking about? DOG. I've been thinking about DOG a ton.
Oh my God. DOG.
Yeah.
Dogs over gophers,
Dogs over gophers, man. Like, if I were to rank animals,
right?
dogs over gophers
It would be
for
dogs
sure.
over gophers
Like
for
tier
sure.
list, like dogs are S
Exactly.
tier, gophers like F.
That's why they're underground. They belong, you know?
Yeah,
Which is,
it's beneath us.
you know, I mean, no hate.
Yeah,
no
no
hate.
hate.
It's just we you know, we like.
Yeah,
It's just what we
not a
like,
fan.
you know?
Yeah.
Oh, have you though tried TPL?
Oh my gosh.
I know. You haven't tried TPL. I don't think you have.
It's just, I get nervous talking about it.
Come on.
Total
Say it.
penis lengthening.
Like that.
It's a controversial surgery,
Yeah, I know.
and my insurance won't cover it.
It won't?
No, they said it's strictly cosmetic. So
Oh, man.
I was like, well,
See, I had an injury a while back, so I
you're
was
so
able
lucky.
to
You're so lucky.
play it off. I know, right?
You're so lucky.
Yeah,
Every man's dream, this guy.
right. I can't sit on an airplane because it just hits the back of the seat now.
Blackout. Oh, no. I got to black us out on that one. Let's, all right, so moving on to our next game.
So you said profanity was fun.
I know.
can't-
No, that's why I blacked it out. So I'm like, okay.
Where do we go from that?
Where do we move on to the next game? Well done. That was fun. I hadn't
was
played
fun.
it as conversational as that, and I really enjoyed it.
I like that.
Yeah.
because I feel like our setting is conversational.
Yeah,
so the game
it's
should.
a podcast.
Exactly.
And you got the crystals.
Yeah, right. It's all chill. You
it all
know?
comes back.
Exactly.
All right, for this next one, I've never played this game, so I'm pretty excited. This is just going to be a scene, but the twist is that in the scene, one word of like your line, you need to replace it with a sound effect. It's like, oh my gosh, it sucks. I just saw fly overhead. It's crazy.
Oh my God.
Yes, that's going to be the game.
I'm so scared.
So I'm just going to give us like a suggestion for a relationship.
Every sentence
Yeah.
has to have a sound effect.
Yeah.
So every sentence has to have a
Yeah, something.
or
To-
else I'm.
To replace a word, yeah. Yeah. So the sound replaces a word that you would
I
say.
see already.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So I'll give us a relationship. We are your uncle and nephew. Uncle and nephew.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll black us out when we're done.
Sounds great. Papa, Uncle Papa.
That's me.
I was wondering if I could get $20 to hang out with some friends. I need 20 words.
Oh, sweet nephew. Nephew Jojo. I would love to give you 20 cha-ching, but your uncle's a little tight on cash right now.
Uncle, I thought you got that new job at the factory and they were paying you better, and you know, I saw your boss come over the other day, and you know, you guys had dinner. It sounded like, you know, he was paying you a lot of money, especially after you guys went into your bedroom, and I'm just I'm just a little meh about what you're talking about if we don't have any money.
Yes, well, you are right. That is what happened with my boss, and we only went in there to show him my vintage lava lamp collection, which, as you know, I'm a big fan. But the next day at work, I actually just a few of the machines, and your uncle finds himself, let's call it, fun employed.
Oh, okay, Uncle. Well,
yes, Jojo.
This makes me sad.
Don't.
I
be
have
all right.
to. I mean, can I have $10 maybe?
Look, nephew, I can do 10 cha-ching. That I have. Your uncle is very right now, so long as the amount is under $11.
I think I need my uncle to be a little more and help me out here. I mean, could you sell something like your
Nephew, that's actually a good idea. I think I should sell it. It's not safe. I shouldn't be bringing you around on that.
I fell off it 3 times. Bow! Right on my noggin.
There he goes. Nephew! Papa! Blacked out. His nephew may have been a ghost at that point. By the end.
Ghost at me.
So sad.
So sad.
So sad. It's just a vintage lava lamp collection.
It's just only,
I keep
right?
it professional.
That's
when my boss comes over for dinner.
Good ethics. Good ethics.
All right, Joseph, I got one more game for us that we're going to play. That was excellent. I quite enjoyed that.
I enjoyed that too.
Yeah. I just thought, I was like, this game is good for an audio format, Most of our listeners are audio only. Like YouTube is like the secondary platform, but like Spotify, Apple Podcasts goes hard.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Because you can like play it while you're like doing shit.
Yeah.
Like, you can be
Driving,
cleaning and driving.
laundry,
Yeah, exactly. All kinds of stuff.
I don't watch any video podcasts except for this one when I edit it. So,
Lovely.
and that's not by choice, let me tell you. No. All right, so for this last game, this is called Vacation Destination Disaster.
Interesting. I've heard a game like that, but
Dang it.
it's not. I don't think it's what we're gonna play because
Well,
the
I
other
thought
one plays like with 4 people. So
Okay, well,
unless
as it turns out, no.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I've had 2 people just waiting
Oh, my
out there for
God.
the whole time.
You're so professional. I love it.
Yeah, well, not me. They are. No, but for this game, you and I, we're going on a vacation. And
lovely.
you don't know what this vacation is, but it's a disaster. And you'll find out why once the scene begins. I know where we're going, but you don't.
I don't.
Yes.
Okay, so I've never played this game.
Okay. In my head, I made it up. It's
Really?
It's just a spin of like the bad gift game, but it's a vacation.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
All right.
And I have to figure it out. Where you're.
No, you'll figure it out. It's basically like what's going to happen on this disaster vacation.
I see.
Yeah.
Actually, I have no idea, but we'll figure it
Yeah,
out.
we'll find out. All right. And then I'll black us out when we're done.
Wonderful. Okay.
All right, babe. You can take off your blindfold.
Oh my God.
Yeah, look.
Wow.
Here we are, Paris.
Oh my God. It's so lovely. And all the way up here is just, oh my God. It's such a beautiful view.
Paris, California. I know.
Oh, yes. Paris, California.
Yeah.
It's hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
And Paris.
It's Paris. This is what you wanted,
Yes.
right? Right, babe?
It's always what I wanted.
You told me when we started dating, you were like, babe, my dream vacation is Paris.
To go to Paris.
And I thought, oh my gosh, that's driving distance.
Why not?
I am so
There it
lucky.
is. Yep. Very dry Paris.
Yeah. So I thought, maybe we could spend some time outside. It's only 102.
Oh, that is wonderful. Yeah. Maybe we could get some, I guess we could get some food.
Yeah.
Maybe they have
There's a nice
croissant.
roadside diner about 2 miles walking from here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. A nice diner. Well, maybe they have some cheese and some wine.
They might.
try
Yeah,
it?
at this diner. Yeah, I
Good
haven't
diner.
looked at the menu, but Yeah, we'll go over there.
Okay.
Yeah, we can start walking now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess let's go.
Yeah, let's just start walking to the diner. But Paris is a beautiful place. I mean, look around you. There's like this dry kind of deserty climate.
Yeah, it's very. Oh, sorry, I got sand in my throat.
I know. I get choked up thinking about how beautiful it is out here too, babe.
The wind's really strong out here. It just blows that dust right here.
Wow.
My eyes burn.
Nature is amazing.
Yes, it's very strong. Very strong nature.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Maybe we could see some art too while we're out here. Some museums.
Yeah,
Get to know
there's one museum, but it's unfortunately closed for renovation right now.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. It burned
the only
down.
one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it burned down.
It burned down.
Wow.
But they're rebuilding it.
Rebuilding it.
Yeah. But that's okay. We can just kind of, look around. The nature is a museum too,
You're right. Maybe we could go check out some local forests, trees, nature. There's right. There's
we'd have
trees
to leave
in
Paris to do that.
Okay.
But there is like this. I heard about this pack of like wild rabid dogs.
Oh.
And like, there's actually a bounty on their heads because they've been like terrorizing the city.
Oh.
So I was thinking like you and I could be a fun like bonding thing. We go hunt down some wild rabid dogs.
To hunt down wild dogs
that are terrorizing the town of Paris.
Terrorizing the town with rabies, probably.
I thought, what better way to bond, as a couple than
dogs that
fighting
have
animals?
AIDS. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they might. They haven't been to a doctor.
They're not vaccinated. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, these are anti-vax dogs we're talking here.
Yes, okay. Well. Oh, God. Jesus Christ.
Good and dumb.
Yeah, right?
My perfect kind of scene.
I love it. I had no idea what am I supposed to ruin it too, or were you supposed to ruin it and I was supposed to find
I think
good in it?
The point is that we're in Paris, California.
We're in Paris, California. Okay.
I appreciated you were, no matter what I threw at you, you were like, I'll find something good.
Yeah, well,
Before we conclude tonight's episode, I just want to give you the opportunity. Any final words you want to leave us with, whether it's words of wisdom, words of something else, to conclude tonight's episode?
Words of wisdom. I guess if you're looking for like a change in your life, or if you're looking to maybe learn more about yourself or experiment with yourself or express with yourself, I think a great place to start would probably be improv. Just a little bit here and there, and just kind of sprinkle it in your daily life, and I think you really could learn a lot, especially if you struggle with communicating, connecting with people, and because I feel like that's always a hard one.
Yeah.
In day-to-day life, especially now,
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's all about how you talk. So
all those dang kids on their phones.
Exactly. Everybody's so
TikTok.
savvy. Yeah.
Swiping.
Everybody's so quick, But
that's true.
Yeah, so I think that'd be my words. Is try it out, express yourself. Or don't. I don't care either.
Yeah.
Either
it's
way.
your life.
It's your life. Yeah. Do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah. Don't listen to me, but do.
But do. Yeah. So
absolutely. Well,
what are your words of?
Listen to Joseph. That's my words of wisdom.
See, all right.
Tonight.
I love it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for Joseph Haäg for coming on the podcast.
Yes, thanks for popping my podcast, Jerry.
Absolutely. Pop. That's a first. But as always, you can find Improv with the podcast streaming on all platforms. Or if your eyes are feeling lonely, come check us out on YouTube. But as always, thank you for listening to the show. And we'll be back together next week. Hey. But until then, we'll see you next time. Improv for the podcast was created by Matt Moore and Michael Lee Evans. Edited and produced by Michael Lee Evans. And finally, presented by Improv for the People. Interested in more IFTP? You can visit us at improvforthepeople.com or on our socials, such as Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. Remember, new episodes are released weekly. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.